When your goalie gets into a fight, what else can you say?
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young. I've been covering the Sharks since 2018, the caretaker at the Reef, also the co-host of Locked On NHL. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first or probably second listen at this point today, where we are part of the Locked On Network, the number one sports podcast network, where we cover your team every day. And today we're going to be talking about this Sharks-Panthers game where Alex Nedeljkovic just takes care of business. 35 saves, gets into a fight. I don't know what else you could want from that man right now. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about some of the big-time performances from that game from a lot of unsung heroes. We're going to be talking about Michael Misa with his best NHL game, as he and the third line were absolutely awesome. And then we'll dig into the numbers behind this game as the San Jose Sharks sweep the defending champs with a 4-1 win. So we have to, of course, start with Alex Nedeljkovic. I love this hockey. This is the first hockey team from the Sharks in a long time where you love this team. And tonight was just kind of that love letter back to you, right? Where this dumb team that is way out of its league, doing stuff it's not supposed to do, even being in a playoff spot, you're going up against the defending champions, and we know, right? Panthers' whole MO, they're just going to annoy the crap out of you, just constantly picking. And Alex Nedeljkovic says, no, sir, we will have none of that. As Vinnie Desharnais, right, clearly tripping penalty, fine. Evan Rodriguez comes in way after the whistle, hits Desharnais in the back, which horrible that they never called it. Dumb that he does the thing anyway, but that's what the Panthers do, right? They pick and they pick and they pick, and they're going to keep going until the refs basically they're going to go as far as they can before the refs tell them to stop. But who comes in? Alex freaking Nedeljkovic coming in to help to stand up, right? And especially Desharnais. Desharnais was absolutely awesome. We'll talk a little bit more Desharnais here in a second, but coming in to stand up for your defenseman on a garbage play, absolutely garbage play. Coming in to stand, how often do we see the defenseman always come into aid for their goalie? Good to see the Nedeljkovic come in and take care of business there. And credits Bobrovsky coming down, right? He's got to do his thing too, but letting just what a moment tonight, and seeing Nedeljkovic go at it very much. The first Sharks goalie fight in 27 years, the first goalie fight since 2020, pre-COVID. What a spectacle tonight from the Sharks. And not only that, Nedeljkovic just stands on his head for the rest of the game, which was the best part, right? They get the penalty. The Sharks PK, which was absolutely awesome tonight. They go out, they do their thing, they close down they shut things down from the Panthers there, and then Nedeljkovic just absolutely you knew as soon as the Sharks cleared that PK, Nedeljkovic wasn't losing this game. Just the way that he was playing tonight, he was absolutely freaking madman over there for San Jose. Just absolutely locked in. Eye of the tiger performance from him. 1 goal allowed, 35 saves on 36 shots. Expected goals against 3.29. He saved an extra 2 goals, 972 save percentage tonight. Nedeljkovich 9 of 9 or 6 of 6 high danger, 9 of 9 mid danger, 18 of 19 low danger. And even the goal that he allowed coming off Orlov's stick there, like I think he was tracking it really well and it got deflected at the last minute. Just was absolutely locked in tonight. And right, you saw it. Just anytime something happened, there was somebody in, especially against this Panthers team, right? This Panthers team where they're just gonna keep pushing you and baiting you. And the Sharks got baited. Like there was several times where the Sharks got called for that retaliation call, right? And that's what the Panthers do. But how many times, right? You saw Misa gets knocked out. Regenda steps up for him. And like Regenda goes to the box. Who like there, Desharnais, who again, like big hit, like does not take anything from Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk, who is that guy, right? That like pesky, annoying type of player. And he's very good at it. Doesn't take anything from him. Just a wonderful, outstanding performance tonight from the Sharks and from basically everybody. And especially after how poor they played against Detroit, just a great bounce back from them tonight against the Panthers. And that's what you want to see. And that's what we have continued to see from this Sharks team is anytime they do have these bad performances, and even the game against Detroit, right, we talked about that where it was a lot of the veterans just didn't play well. They usually respond, and tonight they responded in spades to the defending champions. And I know this Panthers team is not the same Panthers team with all the injuries that they've had, with the just everything that they have gone through this year. Matthew Tkachuk's first game, all that fun stuff, right? But just a performance. And if it wasn't for Nedeljkovic just going crazy in this game, Desharnais was the other like big topic. He returns, and you saw how he changes this team. Just that size, right? Like his ability to help cover. You saw him and Dickinson repaired, and Dickinson continues to have, he's really put together a lot of great games here as of late. Dickinson tonight played another 18-10, which is what we love to see from Sam Dickinson. But Desharnais is just kind of giving that balance, especially to Dickinson, to allow Dickinson to start to be a little bit more offensively, focused here. But Desharnais, big hit, mixes it up with Tkachuk. Then he gets the goal, and that was some great. We'll talk about Misa here in a second, but some great work from that group. And then for Desharnais just to kind of come in and crush one there, a guy very deserving of a goal. That was his first goal in 2 years. And, your first night back after, he had to have arm surgery. It took him a while to get back. He said there was setbacks. Desharnais continues to play like this. I think there's a very strong chance, not expecting a goal every night, but there's a very strong chance that he will earn himself a contract extension from the Sharks, because he just kind of helps things out, like just kind of helps smooth things out on that 6th or 7th as a 6th defenseman for San Jose. He was great on the PK tonight. And again, just a great, like just that physicality from him. He knows what his role is, and I think very much worthy of a potential extension for Desharnais. It's not going to cost a lot. 10-11 million, I think, for Desharnais a year were probably a good starting spot for him. You can, like, Desharnais is like $1 million a year player. Like, he's, I think, very worthy, and it wouldn't have cost you a lot to extend him for a year or two. And I think a guy, if he can play be a big impactful player on the blue line the rest of the year, I think is a guy who the Sharks should heavily consider to bring back next year. So we're going to talk about Michael Misa, who was absolutely outstanding tonight and showed why he is so hyped up and why you should think that Michael Misa is going to be a good player, because Michael Misa is going to be a very good player. So we'll talk about Misa, Chernyshov. We'll talk, some Will Smith as well here in just 1 second. There's nothing like being near the ice during hockey season. The speed, the hits, the atmosphere, the goalie fights, it's unmatched. Watching at home is great, but being in the building is a completely different experience. The only thing that gets in the way is actually getting tickets. Long queues, endless screens, and prices changing at checkout. That's why the Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing NHL tickets and experiences in just a few taps. The great thing about it is the app is incredibly easy to use. Browsing, comparing, and buying tickets just takes a couple minutes. You can see your views from your seat. The tank, every seat is great, but if you're on the road, you might want to see what it looks like. It makes it super easy. Knowing tickets are backed by the Game Time guarantee as well gives real peace of mind. So take the guesswork out of buying NHL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONNHL, LOCKEDON NHL for $20 off. All right, do of course want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen, and thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. If you haven't already, you got to check out the All Access Everyday Clubs. You get access to ad-free episodes of Locked On Sharks compatible with Apple, Spotify, every major podcast app. A Discord channel, which is super fun, super chill. We get to talk about Sharks. We were talking, of course, about the Sherwood trade today. Special one-on-one texting with me, and plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So go to lockedonsharks.supercast or tap the link in the show notes to learn more. So, Michael Misa, not a wasted pick at number 2. Also, really quickly, Rangers fans who think the Sharks should trade Michael Misa for Panarin, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Anyway, but Michael Misa, great night tonight, and this is what you wanted to see, right? We talked about on Monday's episode of wanting to see flashes from Michael Misa as he hopes to start stacking some games here going into the Olympic break. And this was a perfect example of what you wanted to see. Yes, very good Florida team. Yes, I know they're also decimated by injuries here. So Misa took advantage, and you saw the playmaking tonight from Michael Misa as he has 2 assists. Great, right? He reads on the Desharnais goal, right? He reads Chernyshov, and we've seen that chemistry. If you've watched any of Saginaw, where Misa and Chernyshov, they both like to play that backdoor play, where they're looking for, right? One of them will be over kind of in the face-off area or in the circle, right around outside the circles there. And the other one goes for that backdoor play along the goal. They went for it today. Chernyshov, of course, shoots it. It bounces around a little bit. And then, of course, Desharnais picks it up. Like, you're going to see that play from those two guys a lot. It's super effective. They're very good at that play, and they're both extremely good at playing off each other and knowing when to kind of set up that play. So great on that one there. So, but even on the other one, right, where so you had the Mario, or was that another one with the Mario Ferraro Chernyshov, like just their ability to read off of each other and create that offense. So love to see it. Like, love to see Misa have a big night. And Misa's line tonight was absolutely outstanding. Outstanding tonight for the Sharks. Chernyshov, Misa, Regenda played 758. They had 14 shot attempts and gave up 2. Actual shots on goal was 7-2. They had the goal together as well. 0.53 to 0.06 expected goals for. 8-1 scoring chances, 3-0 high danger chances for that line. 3 offensive zone starts, 3 neutral zone, and 3 defensive zone starts. So pretty well balanced with their starts there, but great performance from Michael Misa. And right, he's still gonna have his issues as an 18-year-old. He's gonna get pushed off the puck, and that, you're going to have to live with that right now until he can get into the gym this summer and continue to work out and fill out his body some more. That's going to be part of it with Misa. Not everybody is Macklin Celebrini, who just enters the league and changes things, right? This guy number 2, if you remember the beginning of last year, Will Smith getting knocked off the puck a lot, and it took a little bit for him. And with Michael Misa, right, you factor in, you lose a month plus with an injury, and then him going to World Juniors, I think for him, it's going to start to come together. And I think tonight was a massive night for him. And I think also a big night for Chernyshov too. And, especially now with Sherwood entering the fray here, the Sharks are going to have to make some roster decisions. And Chernyshov, of course, is waivers exempt. So he has to go even harder to keep his job because of just how easy it is for San Jose to send him down when they do need to make some room for either Sherwood or, if Delandry comes back or Philip Kershev comes back, he is an easy guy to send down. So again, he has to work that much harder, but great performance from that third line. And if you watch the preview, I said, man, I think this third line is going to have an opportunity tonight. And if they have a good night, the Sharks are going to have a pretty good chance to win. Lo and behold, the third line has an outstanding night, and the Sharks won this game 4-1. So, and then Will Smith, comes back, 2 goals, the white skates, everything from Will Smith. And just the fact that we're talking about a win here, the first win of the season, it's the 48th game of the year, the first game of the season where the Sharks win a game, and Macklin Celebrini puts up 0 points. Man, what a night. But Smith tonight, great move from Smith to get that first goal, right, where he just dekes Bobrovsky out of his jock there. He has no chance to try to save that. And that's what Will Smith can do, right, is just that scoring. So, again, it doesn't have to be Macklin Celebrini contributing to 50% of the goals. If we get Macklin Celebrini contributing to 40% of the goals and the Sharks still offense continues to get some more contributions everywhere, I think that's going to be for the long-term health of the Sharks is going to be much better for them and take some pressure off of Celebrini. And Will Smith, he's going to be a key figure for San Jose in this as they continue in this playoff run, in this playoff push. And so far, so good with Will Smith and his return from his shoulder injury here. So, I'm you got to feel really happy about the way the Sharks played tonight, with the exception of one defensive pair, which we will get to here in a minute. But overall, the way they responded, the way you got production from a bunch of different places, and the way you didn't take crap from that Florida Panthers team, which likes to dish it out. So massive performance. But we're going to dig into the numbers of this game here. We'll talk about all the lines, all that fun stuff. So make sure you guys are stick around. We'll get to that in just 1 second. All right, do of course want to thank you for making a Locked On Sharks your first listen. If you never miss an episode, the Everydayer Club is built for you. Get Locked On Sharks ad-free, plus members-only Discord access, and more. Head to LockedOnSharks.supercast to join the club. So, numbers of this game. And they're going to be a little skewed because of the third period, where Florida is down 3-0 to start the third period. All right, they get the early goal, so they're within 2, and they're pushing, of course, and that's what good teams do. They try to tie things up, but overall, the Sharks, for the most part, after a little helter-skelter start to the game, the Sharks kind of like the Sharks did a good job of controlling the pace for the first two periods. It reminded me a lot of the Caps game, right? Where you play really well, a little bit helter-skelter in the beginning. You play well in the first period. You get an explosion of goals beginning the second period. And then it's basically hang on Nedeljkovic. And Nedeljkovic, he hung on and he fought back. But still, I can't believe Alex Nedeljkovic got into a fight tonight. The only thing that would have come like the cherry on top tonight for that would have been the Nedeljkovic goalie goal. If that he had pulled that off, it would have just been literally just me laughing for the first 10 minutes because Nedeljkovic would have been basically an assist away from a Gordie Howe hat trick. Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right. So we had 45-27 of 5-on-5 time. Shot attempts were 56-39 in favor of the Panthers, but they had 27 of those 56 in the third period. Not a math guy, but that's pretty close to half. 27 times 2 is 54. I can do that one. So we're pretty close to half their shot attempts were taken in the third period when they were down by multiple goals. Actual shots at 5-on-5 was 31-20. The actual shots for the game were 28-36 in favor, again, all of the Panthers there. The scoring chances 21-18 in favor of the Panthers, but 14 of those came in the third period. So like the Sharks first two periods really clamped down on the Panthers team. 9-7 high danger chances in favor of the Sharks, and of those 7, 4 of them for the Panthers in the third period. 2.73 to 2.08 expected goals for in favor of the Panthers, but 1.41 of those were in the third period by the Panthers. So Sharks did like the first 40 minutes. They really controlled the pace of this game. I think yes, you're going to take the 4-1 win. What you want to start to see is getting that fourth goal. Like it would have been nice after, the Panthers get on the board to make it 3-1, get that response goal a little bit earlier and just kind of take the air out of the balloon for the Panthers. That's going to be that kind of next step, right? For San Jose is just the kind of that killer instinct. Right. And you see it from like teams like Colorado, where, Colorado, they'll give up one, but how quickly do they usually respond? Vegas, right? Vegas gives up a goal. How quickly do they usually respond and get that one back? So I think that's that next step. We're still ways away, but that's that next step for San Jose is not putting your goalie in a position where he has to save the day like he did. I mean, the Sharks did have a 2-goal lead, which was nice, but getting that insurance goal, getting that killer dagger, like that Steph Curry 3 night goal, that's the next. That's going to be the next step. But overall, though, you have to feel again really good about how they played. Especially the first two periods, and then the third period, Nedeljkovic just shutting things down. So as for the lines tonight, so Smith, Celebrini, and Graf played 9-13, 8-6 shot attempts, 3-4 actual shots. Did give up the goal. 0.34 to 0.1 expected goals for, 3-1 scoring chances, 1-0 high danger chances. This line continues to work, and I don't think there should be any reasons to change it. We know Smith and Celebrini are going to be, bonded together, but I think Graf right now is the guy to play with those guys right now. I think that's a good line for them. So Ekman Wenberg to Foley played 8-10, 5-14 shot attempts, 5-11 actual shots, 0.33 to 0.52 expected goals for, 4-4 scoring chances, 3-2 high danger chances for that line. So this line, right, they're going to have to face it. That's their job, right? They're going to take these tough matchups. And I thought this line played way better tonight than what we saw in the Detroit game. Ekman had a couple of chances to bury a couple goals there on some breakaways or opportunities, and I'm curious about Toffoli, what the Sharks are going to do with him, especially when Sherwood comes in, because I do think that's kind of the natural spot for Sherwood to play on this line here. But like this line, they made the most of their opportunities. They gave up some shot attempts, but again, they were able to at least create quality chances for San Jose tonight. So, and just a much better performance from what we saw from them. So we talked about the Misa line a bunch already, but Gaudreau, Sopchuk, Reeves, 5-10, 3 to 8 shot attempts, 0 to 2 actual shots, 0.02 to 0.23 expected goals for. 0 to 2 scoring chances, 0 to 0 high danger chances. Good for Gaudreau getting that empty netter. He does a great job of reading that play. Regenda does a good job of kind of putting the pressure on the defenseman. And then Gaudreau reads that Regenda's kind of making life difficult, does a good job of getting his stick in there, and then it's just easy skate for him to put it in the net there. Osopchuk has continuing, especially on the PK. I like seeing Osopchuk playing on the PK. I think he's getting better and better. Players really grown on me, Osopchuk. So as I said it before, I like to see him with some better wingers, but I think he's doing a pretty solid job, especially kind of given what is around him. And Ryan Reeves doing Ryan Reeves things. So maybe he'll give some pointers to Nedeljkovich for next time. But as for the defensive pairs, so I thought 2 sets of the pairs played really well tonight, and I'm sure you can guess which pairs I thought played well and which pair I think struggled the most. But as for shot attempts for the defensive pairs, so Dickinson Desharnais led the way with 58% of the shot attempts, 11 to 8 shots for them. Like, that's a really nice pair. Like, that is a really nice pair. And now that, like, we haven't seen it in a while, but now that Dickinson's confidence is way better and we've seen his play improved a ton since the early in the season, I think this third pairing can really start to kind of take off for you and get not only like have more nights like tonight where they are taking advantage of their opportunities playing against the bottom 6. So really liked that. I think that pair, great to see Desharnais just come back in and make a massive impact. So Ferraro Liljegren, 50% Corsi for 14 to 14. I thought Ferraro had a awesome game tonight. He was all over the place. Of course, he gets the goal as well. But on the PK, he had some really great clears. I thought this was one of like Ferraro's better games tonight. So great performance from him. I thought Liljegren played pretty well as well. And then Orlov, Klingberg, and of course, this was the pair that struggled tonight. 27% Corsi, 6 to 16. I thought Klingberg was indecisive tonight, made some bad mistakes. Definitely Klingberg performance from him tonight. Right, he had a big time turnover right in front of Nedeljkovich. Just wasn't decisive. And when Klingberg is not decisive and not just getting the puck moving, that's where he gets into trouble because he doesn't have the foot speed or any of this speed anymore to overcome that. And so I think it was just a tough night for Klingberg tonight. But you'll take 2 out of 3 of the defensive pairings playing well. And I think you can easily say 2 of the 3 played really well tonight. So we love to see it. Big game tomorrow. Big game tomorrow against a Lightning team that is absolutely on fire and just burning down everything in front of them. And we saw what they did to the Sharks a couple weeks ago. So I'm right. This is going to be an emotional game for San Jose. I'm really curious to see how they respond. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little flat to start. And that worries me against a team like the Lightning who can just jump on you and make things hard. So we'll break down we'll have a preview, of course, on YouTube. So that'll be up in the kind of late morning to get you ready for that. So make sure you're following on YouTube. Of course, you can follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Till tomorrow. Bye, friends.